holiday time because it's May, and after we've had the Tour of the Alps, Romandy finishing the other day, everybody's all ready for the first Grand Tour of the season. 3 weeks coming up, starting on Saturday and kicking off with a time trial 9 kilometres long from Turin to Turin, flat. And we've got the return of Evenepoel, who about a couple of years ago, I remember at Yorkshire Worlds, there was Ganna, there was Dennis, and there was Evenepoel on the podium. So Evenepoel seems to be perhaps the only person who could maybe stop Ganna in a TT. But at the same time, Ganna hasn't looked amazing recently, which means that the victory to Ganna is not at all certain. So who do you think could beat Ganna, Cam? Or do you think that Ganna just will win?
I think from the names that I've just got written down there,
yeah,
I think that Evenepoel,
yeah,
Pat Bevan, and Joao could beat Ganna.
Nice.
Just because there's it's not that technical, but there's a section in the south part of the course which has got a few corners in it, so I think that personally rules out Cavagna.
Straight up just took as a corner.
But you know,
screwed.
I just don't think it's the sort of effort that suits Cavagna. He's super aerobic. I don't, it's going to be quick. It's going to be 10 minutes, and I think that suits Joao, Evenepoel, Bevan down to the ground. So, yeah, that's what I think.
Nice. No, I think you're right, especially since we saw how well Joao goes in time trials at the Giro last year. Even on the final day, he did really well.
Mm.
So
I'm just thinking about Tobias Foss basically equalled Joao, didn't he?
He did. Oh, that was a crazy course though.
Was it?
There was a lot of wind that day, wasn't there?
Oh yeah.
Might have brought some people into it who perhaps might not have been, but still, yeah. Tobias Foss is a good call as well. He could definitely finish in the top 10 on today as well. Not today, tomorrow. I mean, another name I want to throw in there. Somebody who we've mentioned before, how the pass just needs to be put behind, is Moscon. Because Moscon used to be a very good time trialist a few years ago, and we haven't really seen much of him in terms of a time trial for like 2 years. And he used to be amazing at these things, so I wouldn't put it past Moscon to actually surprise a lot of names, and dare I say even win this time trial to begin with. I think that would be a real turn up for people, and everybody would be like, it's Moscon who's won. It's like, so what? I think he's perhaps on the way back.
I can see that happening. I've got him down as a dangerous rider in terms of, potential to do well.
Just dangerous in all senses.
He's very dangerous. Yeah, I can see that happening. But I also feel like I can see one of these Deceuninck guys doing it.
Yeah.
And then just being in that leader's position for a long time.
I think you're right. Because this is a preview for the first week, just in case you are watching and you just like, where's the whole GC preview? Well, we're just doing a week at a time here. Breaks it down nicely.
It'll be in the title anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Joao and Remco, by doing well on the time trial here, the hardest part comes in the last week. They could easily hold Maglia Rosa for the first 2 weeks of this, just because they put in. I mean, it's like 9k. It's not going to be a massive amount of time, but they could put in a minute into the likes of I don't know.
Simon
Yates possibly, couldn't they? At least 30 seconds, I'd say. At the minimum.
Who's real weak?
Who's what in terms of a time trial here? Maybe Landa.
George Bennett,
Landa, Ciccone.
Jai Hindley.
Yeah, the likes of that kind of caliber. Yeah. Do we need to put a name on it, or are we just going to kind of just keep on rolling?
I'm just going to say Evenepoel.
I'll say Moscon.
Alright.
For the hells of it.
Excellent.
Sprint stage coming up. Stage 2. Sprinters here aren't like crazy good, but there's definitely some good guys coming along. Sagan, of course, after his stage win at Romandy less than a week ago, will be full of confidence that perhaps he could win the Maglia Rosa. I think that's possibly a goal, or perhaps the main goal, considering that Demar denied him of it last year, because Demar ended up winning like 4 stages or something crazy like that. You've also got Caleb Ewan here, who's decided that he wants to win a single stage of every Grand Tour this year.
How greedy.
Yeah, I know, right? Then you've got the likes of Gaviria and Viviani, both ex-Quickstep, both kind of trying to find some wins in places post-Deceuninck. You've got Nizzolo, the Italian European champ, probably just the most important person going for Quebec Assos. And then you've got the likes of Groenewegen making a comeback, and David Decker. Maybe David Decker.
I'd go David.
Would you?
Well, he's Dutch, isn't he?
Oh, yeah,
called David.
Oh, that's true. And then you've got Tim Merlier as well. So there's definitely some good sprinters here. It is just a flat sprint, which means that, it's stage 2, so it's pretty much just anybody's game at this point. I think the interesting combination is Decker and Groenewegen, because how the hell is that going to work out? I know that they want Groenewegen back, but I just think that it's just really going to mess with the whole sprint lead out, because Groenewegen is just not going to be a good lead out man, is he? I just don't think he will be. Which means that Decker's probably on lead out duty.
Decker's going to be a great lead out man.
Because he's huge.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say it's that way around. They'd probably go Groenewegen and Decker. But I think Jumbo-Visma have said, we've got 2 different riders for different circumstances. And I'm there thinking, they're both chodes. They're both not going to make it over any hills. So
I don't know
they're
about
in the
that.
same scenario, we're not.
I think if we're talking punchy finish,
Yeah.
Decker.
Okay.
We saw him in that uphill one where Laporte won.
Yeah.
He was up there. I think. No.
No, that was Jordy Mays.
Yeah, I'm getting well mixed up in it. Anyway, but I still go with my point that I think that Decker is that punchier, more versatile sprinter.
Yeah.
Whereas we know Groenewegen is just a chode. He's just any little climb. He's like, can't do it.
Overpass, gone.
Yeah.
Is a goner.
But I think interestingly with Groenewegen is that I think he's either going to come back and be the best sprinter here, or he's not going to win anything, because he's, can he mentally get over the hurdle of the ban, the negative press? Can he come back and deal with it? This is his first race, just like it's Evenepoel's, right?
Yep.
That's a freaking big ask,
Yes.
And not only mentally, physically. He hasn't even raced yet, and his first thing's a Grand Tour. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Maybe they're thinking, heck, maybe he's not even going to make 2 weeks.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why they got Decker.
Doesn't need to make it past 2 weeks. No sprints in the last week, probably.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's the plan then.
Doesn't need to make it. Tim Merlier, Alpes and Phoenix coming to their first Grand Tour. He's got a good shot, I'd say. I don't know, something's kind of holding me back against fully committing and saying that Merlier's going to win. Maybe it's just, Alpes and Phoenix are all in for it probably. They're just like, if we get a win, that's freaking great. It's probably the best shot we could have. So, Viviani and Gaviria, I don't really know what's going on with them. To be honest with you, I know Viviani had that heart surgery thing, I think. And Gaviria's just not looked the same for 2-3 years. Don't know what's going on there. But UAE's actually committed to him as a main rider here, and they're not just splitting a team half and half. They're actually pretty committed to a Gaviria lead out. So maybe he'll actually do okay this time.
Decent.
And then Ewan, honestly, will Ewan just get a stage and just bin it and just be like, I'm out of it?
No.
Yeah, But if he wants to win a stage of every Grand Tour, surely he'll have to manage his
I thought
recovery.
has he not already won a Tour and a Vuelta stage?
Well, he wants to do it all, win one in each year. Like, he wants to win
In the
one,
same year?
Yeah, in the same year. So has he just got to get a stage and just be like, I'm out of the sea of the Tour?
In that case, then maybe.
That'd be kind of shit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's a bit selfish.
Mm.
I think he's got to make it to the first rest.
Yeah. Well, I think my two favourites for sprint victories are Maglia and Ewan.
Yep. Yeah, I think you're right.
And question mark on Groenewegen.
Yeah.
If he can get his head in the game,
yeah,
I think he'll be up there competing with those two, and I think it'll be like them three going at it.
cool.
If he can't, it's just going to be Maglia or you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go slightly different. I'm going to go that Groenewegen will be given opportunity after a couple of stages once he's got back into the mojo, and I think that Decker will take this one.
Oof.
I think that he'll be given the first opportunity on stage 2, and then Groenewegen will be given maybe like a couple of stages later on when he's kind of got back into the swing of being in the peloton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bold.
Stage 3. Some hills in it, actually. I think it's enough to disrupt a sprint. There's like 4 of them towards the end, and in my eyes it looks a bit like a San Remo in that sense. I think that you're going to be seeing the likes of Ewan, Gaviria, Groenewegen, Decker, Maglia. I reckon they're all out of it. Honestly, I think that these climbs are going to disengage them.
Uh-huh.
I think that this is going to be a battle between punchers. I don't think the break is going to make it. I don't think a late attack will make it. I think that it's going to be stitched together by Bora for Sagan. I think that Nizzolo is good enough to make it over these climbs, to be honest with you. Maybe Pat Bevan, and maybe like Andrea van der Arm for AG2R. I think those are the big contenders, unless I'm missing somebody glaring that you're thinking of.
Honore?
Yeah, maybe.
Is he not fast enough?
No, I'd say that he probably is fast enough. It just depends what Deceuninck's interests are. Whether they're just like, we're going full GC and nobody's allowed to do anything else. But that sounds very anti-Deceuninck style. So yeah, maybe Honore in there as well. To me, I think I'm just going to give this short and sweet. I think that Nizzolo's going to win this. Because I think that Quebec Rassos, he's their main man, and their main motivation is just to get, as many stages as they can. It's a great opportunity for them, which means they're going to be all in for him and setting a pace that's good for him, but dropping others, and committed to the stage here.
Yeah, I like it. Don't not agree with it. I'm gonna go for Luis Sanchez.
Whoa!
I think there's gonna be some kind of like super attack with like Sanchez and Moscon. And
Jesus,
this
sounds crazy.
Then he's gonna light it up for the sprint points or something. I don't know.
Also, is that move going to go on like the last climb, or is it going to go in like a lull in the pace in the last few Ks?
I don't know. I haven't probably figured it out yet.
We haven't thought that far ahead.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Or
Whoa.
Maybe someone like Dries de Bont could be in that move because Malia's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
You know?
Yeah, I like that.
I think it's going to be some kind of break gets away, and in that second climb or last climb.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Quebec Rassos have the facilities for that big man.
I don't think you have the facilities for that big man.
To bring that back. Because, who have they actually got to bring it back?
I don't know. Pots of Evo.
Christ. May the cycling gods help
Here we
them.
go. Stage 4. We're getting into some hills now. That last climb isn't actually the finish. There's like a little plateau at the top, but it's a pretty steep climb. We're not all about like gradients and shit here, but I think it's like 9% for like 3k or something like that. So it's enough 4k. It's enough to create some damage, isn't it? So therefore, I'm expecting. It looks just too hard to be a day for a breakaway. I think we're more than likely you're going to see. You're probably going to see Deceuninck go into the Maglia Rosa here, more than likely, if they haven't already got it the day before. So they'll be setting pace, and maybe they'll just ride a good tempo and I'm just thinking about who's going to come around and who's going to want to attack it. Is Yates going to want to go this early and take the lead?
It needs to be someone keen and clueless, and that's Hugh Carthy.
Yeah, that's fucking right.
I think he'll hang in there, gritting his determined teeth to the top of that with Joao on the front drilling it for Remco and hang in there, and then it's gonna, I don't know, it's not gonna lull, but I think he's gonna attack on the false flat and then get a gap, or maybe Joao gets spat or something and Remco has to chase him. No one wants to chase him, and I think he'll win by like 5 seconds.
Cool. I'm gonna go crazy. Absolutely. Right, so do you remember those couple of stages we watched for Tour of the Alps and we're like, who the F is that little Androni guy?
Oh god. Yeah.
I reckon he's gonna win.
Is he like a little Colombian guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like little, what's his name, like Capeda?
I like that pick, yeah.
I think that he's gonna go with Carthy because it's so early on that he's gonna be, it's not like he's 3 weeks in and it's just like, how the hell's this guy done this? It's like a couple of stages in. Like, I reckon he can survive. And he's like 50-something kilos. Like, I reckon he could go with Carthy. And he's just going to like mug him. And everyone's going to be like, whoa!
Yeah, no,
Carthy going, whoa!
I like that.
So that's my little crazy pick there for stage 4. Stage 5, sprint.
Flat.
Pretty much ditto what we said before.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Ewan Merlier again? I reckon Groenewegen might come into it this time. I'm going to go with Merlier for that sprint, stage 5.
My heart's saying I want Groenewegen to win.
Cool, go Groenewegen.
Yeah.
Stage 6, mountains again, but it's it goes up in the middle and then, it's a big old bloody mountain in the middle. Then it goes down and then it's like up again at the finish. Lovely diagrams that I can't. I'll put a picture up as well, like magnifying.
Good.
My final climb only averages like 6%, which makes me think that it's probably not hard enough for the GC guys to want to drill it, which therefore makes me think it's going to be a breakaway victory. Because it's the perfect scenario of it's too hard for a sprint, but it's not hard enough for the GC guys, therefore it's a breakaway.
So I think more than that, it's who's going to be win at this point. I think Evenepoel is going to be win at this point.
Yeah.
Does a climb like that suit Evenepoel? Not really. So why would they?
Is there any point?
Why would they have impetus to like drive it? They don't.
Everybody's seen that third week and being like.
So they're letting it. They let a gap go out, and it's not that steep. So missed the lip.
You think Sanchez? Or is there another one?
I'm never joke. Or breakaway. I'm thinking Schultz. Nick Schultz. Walter. Demarchi, yes.
Molnar.
Where's the other guy? Where's the other one? Caruso. That's right. All these nutters. I bet even Honore. No, he'll get a spot from it.
I think I like Schultz because I think that if Bike Exchange aren't just cock blockers and say Schultz should just sit in with Yates all the time.
Yeah.
He finished 10th in GC at Tour of the Alps. Like that's fair going. I reckon that he's definitely got the capabilities of winning that stage. If he's allowed to go into it, which I really hope he is. I'm going to go with Demarchi.
Yeah, it's bold.
It is bold.
I'm going to go for Schultz.
Yeah. Nice. Cool pick. Stage 7, sprint. Guess what? You're probably going to see the same names again. Honestly, I think that this is going to be the one where Caleb Ewan finally gets it. Stage 7. I think he's going to finally get it and be like, thank God for that. And then he's going to start thinking about DNFing in the next few days.
I do feel like, you know, if it's a westerly breeze,
Yeah.
which could happen. You know, it could be it could be crosswindy.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, who's that suit? The Belgians. I haven't seen the legs. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just chatting bollocks.
Whereas this, what's that for? You're going to be going earlier. You're talking about Belgians.
Or someone who's looked after by a lot of Belgians.
Who's that?
Caleb Ewan.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore. I'm going to go Ewan on this one.
Yeah, we'll both go in Ewan. And if he doesn't, then Sules. Stage 8 kind of looks a bit like Stage 6, to be honest with you. And there's a big old mountain in the start, and then a descent, and then a kick up to the line.
Yes.
It's a shorter climb to the line, but it's steeper. But the thing is that is a big old descent down to the end of the climb. That is like 30 k's of like descending, kind of falls flat. Again, who's gonna be asked bringing back the brake to just light it up on this like 3 k's?
Unless there's bonus seconds at that sprint.
For his bonus, oh yeah, that's true. Might be.
You know,
okay. Yeah.
How hard is the day?
And who's going to be like basically like Bahrain aren't going to be like, we're going to bring this back with a sprint for Landa to get rolled by 3 people to the sprint. No point in doing that. So like it just seems kind of pointless. I just think that Deceuninck are going to pretty much just hold it at this point. I don't think they're going to be too much under the pressure. Maybe somebody attacks late, like that's entirely possible. But in my eyes, I do think that this could be yet another breakaway victory, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's just me. Do you think that because of those bonus seconds, the GC guys are going to be more tempted?
I don't know.
I just don't think it's only a category 4 climb to finish. I just don't think it's hard enough. I know it's fairly steep, but I just think that...
I think it'll be more of a GC guys hang on and some, you know, bigger puncher guy goes and some draws out like the attacks, like maybe like Ulissi, it could suit him.
Yeah.
Maybe even like Dan Martin.
Ooh. That's a good one. I think those are all good shots. Yeah, I'm going to go with somebody who looked good at Tour of the Alps. I'm going to go with Felix Grossschartner. Because he was in the break a couple of times, and I think he came second on one stage and won the last stage. I think that, you know, he'll probably be there with Buchmann, and they'll just be like, Buchmann, you sit in, Felix, you go. It's a weird shout there, but that's what we're going with.
I'm going to go for Ulissi.
Nice.
I like him for it. I think it'll be a bunch finish. I don't think the break will stay away.
Alright, yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, no. Fair enough. Stage 9 is pretty tough actually, but again the climbs are long but not steep. But I think that there's enough climbs for another team to come to the front and start to want to try and do something to shake Deceuninck a bit, especially since there's a bit of a grey section at the end, which might be cobbles or gravel. Like I don't know what it is, but either way, it's not massively steep, and therefore it's going to favour somebody who's a bit more weighty maybe. Like it's not going to have that much of an effect on like watts per kilo perhaps.
You say it's not steep, but
oh god.
It's 5.7k at 6%, but the last fifth was what is that? Sorry, split into sixths. Averages 10%. For so basically a k at 10%.
Yeah, Yates will probably fight quite like that, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know? I think Yates is going to be tempted with this, and I think he's going to attack. Can anybody beat him in that kind of scenario? I'd honestly say that perhaps the only person who could would be like maybe Remco.
Yeah, who else here stands a chance?
Like maybe Remco. What?
If Bernal was actually, didn't have a back issue.
Like maybe Joao. Like honestly, maybe just Deceuninck will be the only ones who could do something against him, in my eyes. Maybe like possibly Vlasov. But I think those are your options. But I'm gonna go with Yates probably for the win there. I think
I'm going to see a bit of like counter-attacking and that stuff. So I think Joao.
Nice. Evenepoel sitting in, Joao goes. I like it.
Or just thought about, maybe like Bardet.
Jesus Christ! What the hell's just happened there?
He could just be like hanging in.
That's true.
And then just slips away because he's not important.
It's just not important.
Well, it's going to be like well done on GC at this point.
I saw some, just speaking of like Joao, I saw someone who was like, in like Deceuninck's press release, he was like, I'm just take it day by day. And basically what that means in cycling terms is I'm going to smash your fucking face in.
Every day.
Every day. That's just it. It's just like, whenever you hear Alaphilippe at the Tour saying he's taking it day by day, that means, shit me, he's going to ruin you. That's what that means actually. Stage 10. So the thing with stage 10 is that I think it'll be a break victory because of just the climbs in the middle of it mean that it's because it's like a descent to the finish. It's going to be hard to like control the breakaway with the climbs going on, and like the break won't lose time on the descents, so therefore it's just going to be a bit more status quo.
Yeah, like the climbing of the peloton will be dictated by the speed at which the sprinter can climb.
Yeah.
So the breakaway should be able to pull out time on the climb and be equal on time on the descents to the point where they've only actually got 25k to be caught at the end.
Yeah.
But then the question is, can someone like Sagan and Bora push over this first little climb towards that first sprint point, which then maybe forces a smaller group, and then whether from there a group goes away ahead of them, whether that is now the group.
Yeah, because if Bora did do that, then it would be a strong group or a stronger group that goes away, because you're gonna have to have been good enough to get over that first test.
Yeah, it'll just be all the good GC guys plus the top punchers.
Yeah. So guys who are going to get into the break, Moscon, probably for like Ineos.
Yep.
Luis Leon Sanchez, maybe Bike Exchange put somebody in there like Nick Schultz, who we said earlier.
Honore.
Valter, Attila Valter, of course. Maybe Jumbo Visma send like, Voss. I don't really know. I'm not really sure how competitive he is.
I don't think they want it. They don't care about that, I don't think.
No. I think that's about maybe. Yeah, I think that's about. Those are like the strongest names that I'd think of going in there. Like, it's not good enough for it's not suitable for a Demarchi or a De Gent because it's too flat. They need more rolling terrain towards the end to make an attack and then stay away solo.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a puncher at some point.
The only thing that I think could limit them is that the road in the finish is heading north.
Okay.
And it looks to be kind of heading out of a valley.
Okay.
So, the wind could end up being behind them, but equally could be in the face.
Yeah.
And if it's in the face, their chances of being caught go a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to come down to who's motivated to chase it. Like, If Sagan's still there, yes. Bora probably will. If Nizzolo's still there, yes. Probably Quebecer. But like, guys will be in the move who are from strong teams, so therefore they won't. There'll be less teams behind determined to chase. So you'll have like teams blocking maybe as well. I think that Moscon. Do I want to say Moscon again? I said him for stage 1.
Let's do it.
I think that Moscon will win. I think that he's going to get into a late move. Experienced guys. I think that he could do it.
Nice. I kind of want to say Cavagna, but then I think he could be in the move.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to win because he's done win. Need some of a bit of a finish on him.
Well, Matteo Jorgensen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I'm going to go Dries de Bont
Nice.
because I think it's going to be like Malia's gone and it's like Dries, you cover. And so I think Dries de Bont will win this stage because he's going to be ahead and then Alpecin Fenix don't have to worry about chasing.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that's week 1.